What's up, everybody? Welcome to Digging Life. We decided to have coffee this morning, and I thought, why not do a live feed for folks who can't make it in the evening times, or our friends across the pond, I guess in Europe and all those areas that usually when we live stream, it's like 8 p.m. Eastern time here in the U.S., and a lot of viewers, it might be 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. So as you guys come in, drop me a comment. Let me know who you are and where you're from if you're new to the channel. This channel is dedicated to people who are in excavation, grading, demolition, land clearing, and I'm here to help people who were like me when I first started and didn't have anybody to get advice from or to bounce ideas off of. And one of the biggest things I'd like to talk about this morning. What's up, Michael? What's up, Joe? One thing I'd like to talk about this morning is how the economy has changed. And everybody sees, you haven't missed anything, man. I just got started. We'll let a few more people come in, and I'll repeat this a couple of times as people come in so they know what the feed's going to be about. But the biggest thing is work fall off during December and January. There's a huge drop, and us YouTube creators saw it with ad revenue. Morning, 3 a.m. Melbourne, Australia. What's happening, Greg? Man, I didn't mean to wake you up. I was actually doing this live feed for guys like you. I thought backwards, and I thought I'd be catching you guys more maybe late evening time, and you guys wouldn't be having to stay up so early. What's up, Martin? How's it going, buddy? So yeah, you guys are in here. I'm going to be talking about how workflow has changed, how revenue changes this time of year, and for people who are just getting started in this business, this won't be as noticeable. You're changing calls, you won't notice it as much, because if you're just starting, then your phone calls are not necessarily going to pour in any time of year unless you just have an insanely large amount of advertising out there. You're well known already. And let me know. What's up, Charles? How's it going, buddy? You guys drop it in the comments. Let me know how the video's coming through, how the sound's coming through. Last night I tried to do a reveal, and I'm actually uploading right now my opening of my very first gift as a YouTuber, and it's extremely humbling. I would have never expected people to send me stuff or anything, and it was really nice to receive that. And the person that sent it to me, I'll reveal that in the video that'll be popping up in you guys' feed probably in about 30 minutes. He's definitely somebody I look up to and has made a big difference in me as a YouTuber. So we got 27 in here. We'll come up. Let's see. Oh, that's cool. I can make you guys little comments pop up. I'm still learning using StreamYard. Apparently it works really well for stream stability. So thanks, Martin. I appreciate it, man. Tuning in again from Nova Scotia. Good to see you, Gary. Thanks for coming in, man. Greg says the feed is perfect. That's awesome. I'm just going to give a few minutes for people to come in. You guys hang tight. Let's have some coffee. You guys can ask some questions if you want. I'm going to play around with this for just a second. I wonder if I can get rid of that. So yeah, today I'm just going to be talking about how workflow changes and how what you can kind of expect in the coming month. And maybe we'll talk about how, the change in, how do we put this without, I don't want to take it political, but I have a different goal of how I operate depending on what the government is going toward. And that prevents you from being angry with government. Everybody gets mad at government. Everybody does. Nobody thinks, no matter what a leader does, was right. And if it was right, they didn't do it good enough or whatever. But there are ways that you can operate under any given situation that can work it more or less to your advantage. And that's kindly what I'm going to be preaching on this morning, I guess. Hopefully everybody had a good week. This past week, we'll just go ahead and go into it. It looks like we've leveled out at 25 people, and that's awesome. That is great. That's a good number of people to have in here and to share some of my week with. And it's been a great week. This has been a really, really good week. And going into December, most of the time you're going to want to already have work booked and lined up. If you can price yourself to where you can make money, but have work to last yourself all the way through January, because you may be working, but the amount of calls and work coming in is not going to be, let's see, I've lost my comments. There they are. What's up, Brent? How's it going, man? Good to see you. Let's see here. Batterson Property Management. Every winter, I consider moving somewhere I can consistently work all year round. Southern Michigan been so light on snow the last few years, not much money to be made. That is definitely a bit good point, and not just in winter time. Where you live can make a huge difference as to how much money you make per any given amount of time. So in general, what's up, Steven? How's it going, buddy? From South Georgia, on the way to pick up his 259D right now. Awesome, man. Let's see, I lost my train of thought there for a second. But you want to put yourself near work. In the bigger the city, and not just the bigger the city, but the higher the population density, the more likely you're going to be able to stay busy, and the easier it's going to be to start off a new business. So if you're kicking off a new business and you're in a very small town, there's not a whole lot of people, you're going to have a more difficult time, because word of mouth makes a bigger difference. And if you're not known, or you're the new guy in town, you're not trusted. So my advice, if you're just wanting to be in business and you're wanting the easiest time, you need to set yourself up near a high density population. And this goes into kind of the business consultations we do, which if you guys are interested, I'll drop my email right now here. We actually had our first consultation, and it was awesome. It worked really good, and the guy, you could tell that he was really getting his money's worth. Some people don't think that they will, but they don't know the right questions to ask, in which case we help them answer those questions. Consultations, $150 an hour. We talked on the phone with this guy for an hour, and he was ready to go. He had a whole lot of information that we don't necessarily share business operations wise. And this is kind of the limit, where I can say, put yourself near a high density population, because then you start making decisions on how you advertise, how much money you put into advertising. I've spent about 12 years spending tons and tons of money, trial and error. And believe me, I've lost a lot of money. And the benefit, I now know where to spend and where you get the benefit. So put yourselves near a large population, or be prepared to travel to a large population. Steve, trying not to work in winter. I feel you, man. Stay inside, dude. Keep the videos rolling, though. Keep just making, videos about your daily life, man. People want to get to know you. So Greg says, I did a drive for owner of a local paper with a large community distribution. In return, I asked for an ad each week. Starting to get great leads, man. That's a good trade-off. That is a really good trade-off, and that's smart to think that way. So, like I said, I'm uploading this morning about my gift opening. I tried the live last night, and it just didn't necessarily work. For some reason, my connection was terrible. I guess it's going to get, but my router is in here. And we were in the living room, and it can be hit and miss on how good it is. Gary, family-owned excavation landscaping business. I've done predominantly boulder and granite walls, driveways and grading. Do you do any excavation for concrete pads or home foundations? I do not. I like doing kind of off-the-wall jobs. If somebody asked me to specifically, I would consider it, but I don't. I stay away from site prep because there's so many people in my area that do it, and they almost do it at a turnkey price. They crank them out so fast. It's almost like the Walmart of site prep. They do it for cheap, and they're in and out. And I try to do more specialized stuff because you make better money. Joe Southern, with COVID, filming my business would put you to sleep. Well, COVID has slowed things down, but I'm telling you guys, we're up to 40 now. We're jumping up there. So, Zach, what's up, my man? All is well here. I think the winter slowdown has come to an end. So good news for you guys, especially if you're starting a business and you're fresh to this and you are trying to gain traction. I can tell you that our phone calls have absolutely taken off this past week. Kelly's phone's been ringing. Mine's been ringing. We've got just the right. And like I say, after 12 years, I have fine-tuned advertising. And for what we pay and the return, it's been great. This past week has been absolutely great. It actually started to roll in early, not like this past week, but the week before that, it really started to roll in, man. It really started to roll in. So I dropped my email. You guys may have to scroll through there somewhere. That if you want private consultations on advertising, business operations, and you can get me and Kelly, and she runs operations, or she does like the business, the office stuff. I do the on-site, the actual operating of equipment, moving it around, and we will sit there with you. It's $150 an hour. It's not super cheap, but if you knew the tens and tens of thousands of dollars that I wasted learning this stuff, I feel like it's a fair price. And, to a lot of people that already know this stuff, it's not worth it. It's not worth the phone call. If you don't know what direction you're wanting to go in, the phone call won't help you. You've got to have your questions written out and ready, so it's a rapid fire type thing. We're not going to, let me think about that for 10 minutes. I've been in the business long enough that you ask me a question, I'm going to shoot you the answer. And if I don't know the answer, I'll just tell you, and we'll move on to the next question. But in our very first consultation, it went so smoothly. The guy was ready. He knew what he needed to know, what he wanted to know. And it was an hour nonstop, back and forth. And, the last probably 10 or 15 minutes, he ran out of questions. And so me and Kelly started leading him into things that he hadn't even thought of. So that's the important thing. Let's go through a couple of questions real quick. Sweet tea is better. That's a solid fact. Where am I at here, guys? I'm trying to let's see. Do I need to pin? Oh, here we go. All right, here's my email. Let me do that again. There it is. Okay. I'm just going to leave that up for a minute. If you guys want to email me, please do. And if you want to schedule consultations, like I say, it's me and Kelly at this point. We both sit there with you and we will give you all the information we can. Polk County, how's it going, Andrew? Close to home, my friend. So yeah, the winter slowdown, I think, is coming to an end, especially here in North Carolina. Asheville has been in good shape, even through COVID and all that. All of us contractors are in good shape. Everybody I know is busy. They're booking out. Now, I will tell the customers, I tend to be more on the high side of bidding. I tend to not be so cheap. And I will tell them that. I will tell them that point blank, because I've got enough workflow that it affords me to be able to just be straight with the customer. I tell them, if I give them a quote and they seem a little taken back, I'll just tell them, you can price shop around and you can get people who are less expensive, people who have less overhead than I do. And I tell them, your job's a little small compared to what I normally do and what I'm geared for. But that's when I start coaching customers. I almost just forget about getting the job and I start coaching the customer, telling them, you need at least this much material. You need somebody with this piece of equipment or this piece of equipment to be able to do this job good and do it properly. And a lot of times they realize that you are the guy for the job, that you know what you're talking about and that you care. And we stay busy enough, we do well enough to where we're not fighting, scrimping, and digging at the bottom of the barrel per se to get every single job. I love meeting people, and that's one reason I like YouTube. I like talking to people. I like meeting people. I like helping them, and that's the risk I've taken with YouTube, with showing how I did, showing to the world my prices. Now, granted, every job is so different, it would be hard for somebody to watch one driveway quoting video and apply it to the next one and beat my bid. It would be very, very hard for them. And that's the tricky part. That was something I had to fight with going into putting my stuff out into the world. Do I want to own the market in my area? Or do I want to show the world what I already know to an extent and be fair to people who have put the time in for trial and error, like Dirt Break. These guys, they have spent their lives learning this stuff on their own, and they've done the trial and error. It would be wrong of me. I would be doing people like him an injustice to just spew everything in my mind out there, because then nobody's got an edge, and it's going to really screw things up as far as competition goes and how it works. And that's one reason that I am doing the private consultations, because then people are having to pay for certain amounts of knowledge. I had to pay for that knowledge out of my pocket. So it's not fair to all my fellow contractors who have had to learn on their own, who have paid out of their pockets and lost tons of money, just for some guy to go on YouTube and say, here's all the knowledge you need. This is how you can outdo everybody, because everybody can't outdo everybody. There has to be a balance. So it's almost like I feel like I have to have a responsibility of sharing certain amounts of knowledge for free. And that's where I come in doing consultations. I want to be able to help people more, but it would be irresponsible to just throw it out there. Like Bailey Potts, best way to advertise. That's one of those questions that it's a great question. It really is, Bailey. And if I just told you, for one thing, it's not going to help you if I tell you the best place to advertise here, because then you're not getting benefit out of it. So like what I would do for Bailey when they message me and say, we want to do a consultation, what I would do is I would search for where they live, and I would do some research on what type of area. Is it rural, urban? Is it big city, small city, out in the middle of nowhere? And that's when I could say, this is what you should do. This is the direction you need to go. This is how you target people who live in those areas. So, Bailey, if you wanted to email me and set up, a consultation, I could definitely help you with that. But to just do an open-ended, this is the best way to advertise, I really couldn't tell you without knowing exactly where you live and the type of work you're wanting to do. And, I'm sure I can help you, but, I'm gonna have to have more information to give you more information. Joe Southern, got to get my handheld excavator and get my Ford out of the mud. Nice, man. Nice. Martin, good luck, Todd and Kelly, on your new venture. Man, there's a lot going on this year. It's going to be an exciting year. There's going to be some stress, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's see here. Todd, Greg, let's see. Oh, Bend, Oregon. How's it going? Thanks for joining. We really appreciate it. And all you guys, when you comment on each video, it really does help. It helps the channel get out there. So keep commenting, liking, and all that good stuff. Greg, do you get feedback from your clients after they watch their jobs on your channel? They think it's really cool, especially the time lapses. I don't know exactly how many people have messaged me in relation to seeing their jobs, but I always tell them, you're this. I ask them. I say, is it okay for me to video, your job? I will do every effort to keep your mailbox and address out of it and your home. Nothing that would help somebody reveal where I'm working, just for privacy reasons. But most people think it's really cool. They think it's cool. Form Dog just saying hi from Cape Cod, Massachusetts. Love the channel. Awesome. Thanks, man. Dirt Brutes from up there. He's a creator as well. So check him out. Dirt Brute. See, Gary Falkenham. Do you find it difficult to not overbook yourself by trying to please too many people at once when jobs are flowing in quickly? Well, the way I do that, Gary, is, and this is information I can share. If I think the job will take me 2 days, I will schedule 3 to 4 days. In the wintertime, I add in more extra days. So like wintertime, in our worst weather, happens anywhere from December through March. So if it's a 2-day job, I schedule 4 days. And that gives me buffers. And for the most part, I never get too far behind. I think the worst behind I've been is like week and a half, 2 weeks. But every day I will call every customer. I know that I'm going to be a little bit later, or I'm delayed another day, and I let them know I'm being weather delayed. But for the most part, by booking, now summertime, if for every 2 days you book, you add a third day, or so. You watch the weather and you can kind of adjust. And also, if I start getting behind, I'll work longer days to get that catch up. For the most part, I don't get too far behind. I stay right where I want to be. Let's see here. I think I'm caught up on I'm caught up. Oh, that's cool. I could have done this. Can you guys see that when I pop up a comment on the screen? That's neat. This StreamYard is really handy. So for you guys who are doing live streams and stuff, StreamYard's cool. I don't think it was their fault last night that my live was just junk. I think it was just that we were in the living room and my router's in here. What I need to do is get a long LAN or Ethernet cord and just run it directly. I think Wi-Fi is the issue. Skidsteer Drew, how's it going, man? Everybody, Skidsteer Drew. He is a YouTube creator. If you're not subscribed to him, at least go over and check out a couple of his videos and consider subscribing. So welcome in, Drew. I figured you'd be working today. I was just wanting to do a short little live, let everybody know that it's looking up in our area. Our slowdown has ended, we make just a little bit of money. It takes thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of views on YouTube for a creator to make much money at all. And for all you other creators who are, they call it monetized. It's where you get like a hundredth of a cent per, it's either 1 or 10 views. It's either a hundredth or a thousandth of a cent. It's ridiculous. But there's called the January Slump. So for you creators, if you're monetized, you crap. You don't, the people who do ads on YouTube, that's where you get your revenue. It crashes. I talked to Elite Earthworks. He said it happens every January. So don't freak out if you're a creator. Ours leveled out. We crashed to nearly nothing. You know, I'm not making any kind of a big living doing this. I enjoy it. This is a blast. I love filming my jobs and stuff, and it's a good way to store my jobs. Also, for anybody who has not got a channel, start one. It's a free place to store your videos. Eventually, you will become monetized, and you will make a little bit of money on it. But the biggest thing for me is I have a customer call me. They send me pictures of their driveway, and this is just an example. Send me pictures. I can send them a link to a video that's very similar. Most driveways around here are like 5 different types based on grade, width, you know, type of traffic. And that's just a guess, 5, something like that. Hey, KDB, how's it going? So I can send them a link to a video that's very comparable to their job. And I can say, I'm going to fix your driveway exactly like this. This video is exactly what I'm going to do to the letter. And a lot of times that gets me the job. If people can watch you work, you know, it wouldn't do you guys any good to send your customers a video of Digging Life and say, this is somebody I know, I'm going to do your job like him. No, it needs to be you in the video. And if you're just camera shy, don't talk. Do not talk. There are huge creators out there who just, it's just a hobby for dirt brute. Well, I'm telling you, man, you can do well with it. You can do well with it, and it will help you get jobs. If people can see you, your face on the equipment, driving the trucks, and also if you've got a good personality, you need to talk because that will give the customers confidence in you. Let's see. Wendell Hopkins. It can get tricky to not overschedule when the weather is so sporadic. That's true. That is very true, Wendell. And sometimes we all do get behind. We all get behind. Things happen. But if a customer is so annoying, and I've not had to do this, but if somebody just called me up and is like, this is ridiculous, weather delays are bull, I would send them their deposit back. Kelly wouldn't like it. She may not let me now that I think about it, but I would. I would say, you know what? I'm just not the person for you. And if somebody's being unrealistic, I would send their deposit back and just cut my losses. I'm not putting up with that. Let's see here. Greg Thompson, does it take up much time to video edit and upload? Yes. If I start early in the morning and say I work a full 8-hour day, that much footage, I will condense that down. I will condense that down to anywhere from a 30-minute to a 45-minute video. And Kelly can attest to this. It takes a lot of time. And in the beginning, it was too much time. I took up too much time doing it. But I would work all day, you know. And really, I don't want to say a time because I couldn't tell you. Every day's different. But I would work, let's just say 8 to 4 o'clock. I'd come home, we'd have supper or something, and then we'd be watching TV, but I'd be on my phone using KineMaster, a little program, and I would edit, oh gosh, till after I went to bed. I would edit until, and I usually go to bed at like 10 o'clock, 11, somewhere in there. And there were nights I was up editing till midnight, and then I would start the upload as soon as I got done. So it would be uploaded by morning. I could delete all the footage from the previous day. And you can be more complex, less complex with your editing. But talking to other creators, and Dirt Brute and Skid Steer Drew can chime in here anytime. It takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of way, but I've got goals that I want this channel to help reach, family goals, and it's really important to me. And if I've got to put in the effort now to reach those goals, so later on in life, you know, we're set up better, then I'm gonna do everything I can right now. So yeah, it takes a lot of time. The editing is the biggest thing. Videoing can take you, like if you do 6 hours of work, I would guess, you know, if you do a lot of camera position changes to make it more interesting, you're probably 6 hours, anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half is constantly just movement of the camera, adjusting it, all that good stuff. It takes a lot of time and it can be exhausting. Oh, let's see here. I want to show this. Skid Steer Drew, I wish I had someone just set up the camera for me and film. You know, back when I had my helper, that was part of his job, was moving the camera, but I had to tell him, I had to stop what I was doing and say, move the camera from here to there and center the action here, so I could work from the edge of the camera into the center for the action. Here's my sweet little wife and baby. Look here. That's our channel, the Kendi Fam. So if anybody is not joined to the Kendi Fam, Kelly's heading it up, but we're both in it. There's a couple of really good, funny videos, but it's going to be a serious video about growing our family and growing our life. And, you know, some of my work's going to spill over into it. But if you guys are if y'all are interested in our personal lives and how we're doing, be sure to go over to the Kendi Fam and subscribe to us. I love you, baby. I'll be done here in a little bit. Katie B. She is one of my favorites I see to pop up. She makes hats, wedding hats. And that is I think wedding hats and maybe some other stuff. She can comment and let us know. But I have so many viewers that have nothing to do with excavation and grading, but they like to watch. She says, hi, Kelly and Emma. What are you doing in the living room whilst Poppins entering the video room? I'm telling you, they need to just pop their heads in, but they probably got bad hair and everything else. But you girls come on in here if you want to. I haven't even combed my fuzz today. Let's see here. Skid Steer. This is so cool that I can pop y'all's comments up, man. I love this. Biggest thing is just start, even if it's on your phone. Absolutely. Mr. Beast has like 50 million subscribers. He got his first 250,000 subscribers on his smartphone. That was all he had. 250,000 subscribers. The biggest thing has been, for me, I think, relatable. You've got to be relatable to your audience, and you've got to give value to them. They've got to have a reason to want to watch you. I still don't know why people want to watch me. I think it's just because I'm a goofy hillbilly that wears goofy hats. I think that's what it is. Let's see. Dirt Brute. Last video I did took 3 hours to cut clips. And that's editing, folks. It takes so much time. So you use GoPro to record and what? Edit. I've got a GoPro 8. I want the 9. I'm poor. I can't afford it. But I've got a GoPro Hero 8 Black. I do use my phone some. But I've got one Hero 8 Black. I would do multiple cameras, but I'm not smart enough and I can't keep track of all of that. One day I might be able to do it, but it's hard enough to just deal with one camera. And since I'm teaching, it's best to keep people close to me and I just keep them focused on the action and not jump them back and forth and get them confused. People, they want real time, and that bores me so much to watch a real-time dig. I like watching time lapses where you do it, you speed the camera up. And for me, that's what I like to see, because then I can see it forming. I can see the ground being shaped. But a lot of my viewers, they want real time. For you guys who don't know it, you can, on YouTube, you can go in the settings and speed it up twice. So if you want to do that. So now as far as editing software, I'll just show you guys what it looks like. All right, this little icon right here, you guys probably can't see it. Nope. Let's see if I can do something different here. All right, this is the program I use. You can see I've got a portfolio of like 3 videos right now, and I delete them. I don't save them. Sorry, I can't. It's messing up. So there it is. Kine Master. KineMaster. So I've heard it pronounced KineMaster. I don't know. But I also use iMovie on my computer because my phone can't do 4K. 4K and I believe this, if you put 4K in the tags, in your description, and on your thumbnail, then I think it's promoted more. I do know that YouTube's software actually looks at the thumbnails on videos and categorizes them as well. That they can tell if there's a person, if there's a machine, what type of machine, truck, car. It's amazing what YouTube can do. It's the second strongest, biggest search engine next to Google. Surprisingly, it's owned by Google. Y'all probably knew that. So let's see here. Let me get in. Here's a big one. Is Wilbur still for sale? Yes. I had a decent offer. And I guess I can tell, the offer was $14,000, and that's shy of what I've got in mind that I really need to get. So for anybody who's wanting to bid on him, 14 was close, but it's just shy. So yeah, Andrew, he's still for sale. If you want to, Kelly, if you can, put our email address up in the comments so I can pop it up here in a minute. Please, sweetheart. I love you. Let's see here. Randy. I'm a big fan, man. I've been an operator for 10 years, and I just started my own driveway repair business after being inspired by your videos. High five and a fist bump, man. I'm telling you guys, it's just like YouTube. You just got to start. You've just got to start, and get the word out there somehow. Again, if you guys need a consultation, I know we can help you, and we've got valuable information that will help you guys kick it off. Otherwise, trial and error, and eventually, you throw enough darts, you're going to hit the bullseye. Let's see here. KDB. Emma is playing her Nintendo, of course. Kids these days. And I'm having coffee. See, I didn't take Kelly her coffee. I thought she was going to sleep a while. So I decided to jump on live and try to interact with our viewers. Let's see here. I don't know if that's my sweet wife or Emma. I bet that's my sweet wife. She loves me. I kind of got a crush on her, to be honest. Greg Thompson, no, it's because you're honest, real open, and relatable. Well, thanks, man. Greg, I appreciate that. I try to be straight. I try to tell it like it is. And, hopefully we help people. Drew, I'm going to tell you what, man. I wish Kelly kept track of how many tripods I break. The tripods, y'all are sitting on one right now. It's, what is it? Amazon Basics. Yeah, Amazon Basics. And you can get like 3 of them or 2 of them in a pack. But where they extend, there's little plastic things that are the stoppers. So the sections don't come apart, and it doesn't take any time for them to break. So they need to do something with a little bit better part for that. So Amazon Basics, fix it. But each one's just a few bucks. I think like 20 or 25. If Kelly's in here, she can probably comment. But I go through them, man, especially with a mulcher. Every mulching job I take it on to get the good shots, I'm slinging wood, and a piece of wood will knock the little supports that hold the 3 legs into the center column. Break it every time. Let's see here. Yep, Greg, time lapse is great. That's what it's about. Let's see. Greg Thompson. Let's see here. I'm going to put the name of and I know Dirt Perfect uses this as well. I just dropped it in the comments. KineMaster, K-I-N-E Master. It's one word. It's not 2 words or letters. It's KineMaster. Dirt Boss, Masonry and Excavating, my hero. So since everybody's in here and I've talked about the video that I just uploaded, it's a short little recap where he was in the store and he thought of me. So this is a gift he sent me. I don't know why my lighting is so bad, but he put his little, there we go. Tri-County Masonry and Excavating. He signed this for me, man. And, you know, some may be like, he made an awful big deal of that. Well, to me, it was a big deal. You know, he sent me a sticker free of charge. And he signed it. Dirt Boss. And we can't wait. I can't wait to see him back on site. That's his catchphrase, and it is addictive. I wait for him to, when his videos start, it is not complete until he says that. And he says it with such gusto, you know, it's addictive. You got to hear it, man. So check him out. I'm going to put him up on screen here. He says, hey guys, -4 degrees here tonight. Oh my gosh, man. That's cold. We're supposed to get freezing rain tonight. We were going to be going to my wife's hometown to pick up Lou, my little S10 pickup, who I miss dearly. But I don't want to travel with my family with them calling for ice. The only accident I've ever had, and it was in a tractor trailer, was because of ice. It was raining, and they were calling for freezing rain, and they sent me out, my company. This is why I don't work for a company anymore. I work for myself. It was raining. The ground was wet. There was spray coming off the tires, and I was going up a grade in a college, and just all of a sudden, just like that, no rain. And I just started sliding backwards. Nothing I could do. Couldn't see it coming. So when they call for freezing rain, I chicken out and I stay home. That's a fact. And I don't want my wife and little girl out in it either. So I just had to say, I'm sorry. We're going to have to, I think we need to stay home. So we'll be making that trip another time. DJ, I watch you because you do great work, and I learn something from every video. I'm just a 10-acre property owner, retired, and enjoy tinkering with your Kubota 2501 grading implements. Man, my dad's got an L series, is a L2350, and those tractors are solid. The L series were amazing little tractors, and his is in mint condition. And I don't know how, because he did driveway scraping and bush hogging, and that's how I got started. You know, I thought, I wonder if I make a little side money doing that. And I'll be darned if I ain't making a living doing it. It's a fact. Let's see here. Dirt Brute. My son has some bootleg program I use. Solid. Let's see here. Brent King. Hey, Mike, send some of it here to North Carolina. I love cold weather. Let's put Katie B up on here. She does all kinds of events and stuff. She gets to Drew. Adobe Rush is a good mobile app too. You know, we looked at Adobe something for the computer systems. iMovie works pretty good. My biggest problem is getting new music. I'm just using the music that comes with the stuff, and it's getting to where I'm using the same music over and over, and to me it's kind of monotonous. So any of you creators in here that's got some good info on where I can get some good music, then I would appreciate it. Dirt Brute, 21 degrees. Dirt Brute is up around Cape Cod, guys. So check his channel out, man. He's putting some good fun stuff out here lately. Katie B's leaving. Bye-bye. We'll see you next time. I love these hangouts. I love hanging out with you guys. Dirt Boss. Next week, warm up a bit. I'm ready for some Dirt Boss video. I need, oh yeah, Snow Monday. We're getting it tonight. So we're a little bit behind you guys. You guys, if you've got a YouTube channel, I'll give you a shout out. We don't have a whole lot of people in here right now, but if you want to put just a comment creator in all caps where I can see it for sure, I'll give you guys a quick little shout out. Dirt Boss, he's a big creator. Dirt Brute's coming up. Who else am I missing here? I know I'm missing somebody. So you guys just comment creator. I'll try to give you a shout out here. Digging for a living. 10 inches of snow heading our way in Milwaukee. Up there with some of Milwaukee's beast. When I say digging for a living, man, that hits close to home. We are digging brothers, man. Dakota Disaster. What do you do to prevent criminal damage or theft of your equipment while it stays on site? Absolutely nothing. Do you have anything equipped with GPS tracking? No, I do not. And putting it out in the world, we've got full coverage. So if something happened or gets stolen, vandalized, it gets fixed or replaced. And I've got great insurance. Kubota's insurance is by far some of the best I've ever had. You pay, I think, a $200 deductible. You could drive the thing into a pond. And even if it's your fault, $200, if they can't fix it, you get it replaced. It's amazing. Kubota's insurance, I think, would be very hard to beat. But as far as theft and stuff, I just encourage people, pull your starter, fuse, or relay out. Most thieves are looking for an easy snag. They're not looking to work. So I can't stand thief. But pull your starter, relay, your fuse, put you an inline switch, like a heavy duty switch or breaker in line with your battery terminal wire, and just tuck it somewhere where you can't really see it that good. Most excavators have a power on off switch, and cut the fuel off. They're not going to stick around and work on this thing if you screw it up, fix it to where the power's not connected and the fuel's not connected somehow. That's going to take some time for them to figure out. So that's what I would do. Just do whatever you can to make it to where they can't just get in there, break a couple wires, hot wire it, and get it out of there. Morning from Kentucky, Greg. Good morning, my friend. Good to see you, buddy. Andrew Giles, do you have an opinion on Caterpillar mini excavators? I think it's a very expensive paint job. I ran one mini Caterpillar. It was a tight little machine. I think all the big ones make pretty good machines. Because of Dirt Boss, it would be a Komatsu. He went over it, and he's got a great video up. I wish I could just drop the link, but go to Dirt Boss's channel and just look up Dozer. I think if he wants to drop a link, he can, if he's still in here. But as far as Caterpillar, I know that Taylor up at Ken White Construction Channel just went and looked at a big cat excavator, and they really fancy them up. But as far as you guys who are just getting started and small, Yanmar's, their small minis are probably the best as far as that goes, I think. In my opinion, it's just because I've run a lot of them. Takeuchi, they're good, but for what you're going to pay, the amount of money you pay, Yanmar is almost like the generic brand of machine, but it's hard to beat a Yanmar engine. Yanmar engines were originally marine engines. They put them in ships, and you can't really afford to be breaking down in the ocean. So Caterpillars, I think you're going to pay a lot, but now their service. In your area, you want to check on the service departments of the machines you're looking to get. So that's a big one. Caterpillar tends to have really big service departments, and they tend to keep parts. They tend to be able to get stuff, get a mechanic to you quickly. I think Bobcat's pretty good too. Skid Steer Drew, one of my favorite creators. You guys check him out. His channel's growing well. Check him out. Got to run into a meeting. Catch you guys later, says the Dirt Brute. 28 in Washington, Brian Albert. Thanks for coming in, Brian, man. It's always good to see you guys. Let me put you up here, get you a little moment in the group here. Blake Miracle, good to see you, man. Forgot to put the beds up on the trucks. Now I got 3 inches of ice froze to the bottom of the beds. Oh, bummer, man. That is such a bummer. Stephen Van Bommel, is that correct? Do you have let's put this up here. Do you have a point where you will send out for repairs overdoing it yourself? Almost every time. I haven't had any catastrophic breakdowns, and I've been lucky on my excavator, the one big hydraulic, and I just got out of the machine and I had hydraulic oil pouring out from the belly pan. I've got a friend of mine who comes out same day or fixes something same day for the most part. I am not mechanically inclined. I do not have the patience. Y'all have never seen me angry. I'm not going to put it on camera. I don't get angry very often, but if I do get angry, it's because I'm trying to repair something. I don't even do my oil changes. I work and I run that equipment, and the last thing I want to do is work on it. My shops take good care of me. They work at fair pricing, usually around, whether it's a truck or a machine, I usually pay between $80 to $95 per hour. And to me, that's worth every penny of it. And if I worked on this stuff and ran it and did YouTube, I would not have time for my family. And that's number one. Even though I work a lot, I don't have a lot of time in the evenings just for family. It's in the hopes and the goal that one day it'll swap, and most of my time will be family time and going and doing things and seeing things, and work will be minimal. So I'm trying to work now, so later on in life I can kick back and enjoy it. That's my plan. Most of my service is done by somebody else. Dakota Disaster. Thank you, sir. Got a Kubota myself, so I will look into the Kubota insurance as my coverage. Absolutely. And, if I had to do it, now my M7060 Kubota with cab, I would buy the exact same machine again. A lot of people ask me why I don't use a skid steer, and it's just because for my uses, a tractor is more versatile. It's not necessarily better in any one way, but over versatility, I pull trailers, I relocate tiny houses for people, and sometimes I've got to pull a tiny house up a pig path that a truck won't ever be able to get to. That's a big thing around Asheville is tiny homes. So that's something you guys look into, Dirt Boss, there's his link. Let me put this up, and I'm going to leave it up for a couple of minutes. You guys, I'm going to tell you what, that was a fun video. I really enjoyed it. And Komatsu, the biggest point he made, not only was just the inside of it and outside gorgeous. Another thing is I don't like Caterpillar's color. I just don't like the color. And they're expensive, and I'm poor. So it offends me greatly. So the biggest thing with Komatsu Dozer is they don't stick the exhaust pipe right in the center. And what's the point in having a windshield right in front of you when you've got, your air intake and this huge, exhaust pipe blocking every bit of it? You might as well not even have one. So they have the exhaust pipe kind of make this little jug where it goes up, like in a car, it would be the A pillar, that little connector at the left of the windshield, and you can see it a lot better. You can see phenomenally well, and not to mention they're just a beautiful machine. Komatsu's got it going on. So right there on the screen, guys, right there. You guys check that video out. You'll really like it. You get to see a lot of other things, and he goes through why he picks what he does. He's not like, oh, look at me, I'm buying a big new machine. He is like, this is why. He's just one of the best. Let's see here. Yanmar is still used in John Deere to this day. Amen to Yanmar. Their engines are just something, man. Now, John Deere, I hate to say it, but I'm not a fan of them either. Now, the really big stuff is good, but now I've run their smaller homeowner type size, mid-size farm tractors, and I just am not big on them. I wish Massey Ferguson would make stuff like they used to. Holy Moses. Let's see here. Brian Albert, just to start my new grading and excavation company. Congratulations, man. I'm not sure. It wasn't a 308. It was the last one I ran, I want to say was like a 303, 304, something like that. And like I say, it was a tight little machine. I enjoyed running it, but I can't afford that stuff. But Brian, I wish you the best of luck, man. I am stoked, and I wish you would get a profile picture so we could all see who you are, man. All you people, if you could just get profile pictures. You know, we'd like to see you, you know, start a real community. Something happened to my feed there for a second. Check out DigginLife. He's got it down. I like DigginLife. He is a really cool creator. I enjoy him. My screen went out for a second. So you guys let me know. Am I still coming in clear? Is the sound still good? Blake Merkel. I know the Yanmar mini excavators are pretty reliable machines, but how does their pricing finance deals compare to, say, Kubota? Their pricing's lower. Like an 80, like my machine, if you bought it brand new, I think it's about $95,000. I think the Kubota KX80, now this is just from my memory and what people have said, I think they're closer to like $105,000 to $110,000. But now the Kubota is way better balanced. I don't think they have a zero tail swing, but now if I had it to do over again, I would get a Kubota 80. Just from what I've seen and watched them operate, I have not got to run one yet. But Asheville Kubota has one, and I plan on going by there and looking at it. And let's see, V Belton Son. He has a Kubota KX80, so you guys can message him. He is a YouTube creator. V-Belt and Son. Check him out. Tim Sears, thoughts on heavy equipment bidding websites for purchasing equipment. That's a good one. I don't know. I do not know about that. It's not something I've had to look into. But if somebody's got, I bet Dirt Boss knows something. I bet he knows somebody that's in that. So let's see here. What is this? All right, guys. So I'm going to call it. I'm going to go in here and hang out with my family for a little bit. Dirt Boss, if you're in here, I've looked into it, and StreamYard makes it really easy to do a collaboration, like do split screen with you. And I would really like to do that with you, man. Just so you know, publicly, I can thank you for my cool stuff. Again, I'm geeking out. I am absolutely geeking out. I'm fanboying over this. Thanks to you guys for watching. I really, really appreciate it. And I've got a bunch of good videos coming up. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, comment, like the stream for me, guys. If you can like the stream, it'll help me more than anything. Thanks again, and we will see y'all next time.